Welcome back. Ferocious winds and rainfall are pounding North Carolina this daybreak. Most cities along the East Coast are bracing for Hurricane Irene. We have WeatherBug meteorologist Jacob Wyckoff this morning, who's in Ocean City, Maryland, where preparations are underway right now. And Jacob, thanks for being with us this morning.
Absolutely. Nice to meet you.
Now, I visited Ocean City, Maryland before. It's a beautiful town. It relies a lot on tourism, but the mayor has called for mandatory evacuations.
Yeah, you're right, Jade. Ocean City, it's a great vacation spot for so many. It was a little eerie yesterday driving around last night on basically the last unofficial weekend of summer and seeing absolutely no one. It was like a ghost town from the Old West. This is sort of opposite of last year when I was in Ocean City for Hurricane Irene. There were a bunch of people on the beach lounging around with the storm 100 miles off the coast. Irene's going to be much closer than Irene, though, within 10 miles or so if it doesn't pass directly over us. You mentioned that it's a big tourist spot. There is a possibility that economic losses from the storm could equal the damages that Ocean City sees.
In the video we're looking at right now, it does. It looks like a ghost town, and it doesn't normally look like that. We don't really know just how powerful Hurricane Irene will be when it hits Maryland, but what's the atmosphere this morning? I mean, it looks like people are taking this very seriously.
Yeah, you're right. People are definitely taking this seriously. I haven't really seen anyone on the roads besides law enforcement officials. Yesterday I spoke with the public information officer of Ocean City to get clearance into the town, and he said, you know what, you're more than welcome to come, but just don't call us if you get in trouble. So I think residents and vacationers have certainly heeded the evacuation warning.
And Jacob, what's the weather like this morning, and when do you expect the brunt of the hurricane to hit?
It's raining right now with gusts around 30 miles an hour. It's one of those cold rains that really soaks you right to the core. Some stations I heard before I came on, some stations in North Carolina of the WeatherBug network have seen like 5 inches of rain and wind gusts up to 80 miles an hour. Here I would bet on gusts around 65, a little more, with some flooding rains, maybe 5 inches of rain too. We expect the storm to really start cranking up after sunset and be at its worst around 2 a.m. this morning, or tomorrow morning.
Well, Jacob, we hope you stay safe out there. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Well, help is already on the way to the East Coast. Is making its way up the northeast coast this daybreak. Thousands of flights are delayed and millions are without power. We have WeatherBug meteorologist Jacob Wyckoff now, who's in Ocean City, Maryland this morning. Good morning, Jacob.
Good morning to you.
And tell us what you're seeing weather-wise this morning. What are the conditions in Ocean City?
Well, the rain and winds have definitely decreased since we saw the worst last night. We had sustained winds of 70 miles an hour where I was last night. But a bit further inland, one of our WeatherBug sites measured an 85-mile-an-hour gust. Nothing like that today. We're still expecting some breezy conditions and rain as the rest of what is now Tropical Storm Irene moves north.
And winds, of course, are strong. Storm surges are always a problem. What type of damage have you seen so far?
Well, last night we saw some major flooding in the Ocean City Inlet. It's part of Ocean City that's susceptible to flooding since it's right along the ocean. Where I was stationed, we saw a few waves breach the dunes, but there wasn't any widespread flooding north of the boardwalk. I did see some minor damage to buildings like siding ripping off houses, stuff like that. All in all, though, I think Ocean City fared pretty well.
Do you think the damage was about what you were predicting, or did it seem to pass through?
Yeah, I think it was definitely what we were predicting. We didn't expect it to be a catastrophic hurricane by any means, so it certainly kind of fit the bill for what we were forecasting.
And the mayor called for mandatory evacuations. Yesterday we were talking, we showed some video, and it looked like a ghost town in Ocean City, Maryland, and it's normally a very busy tourist town. Do you think people have heeded those evacuations and overall been pretty safe?
Absolutely. You're exactly right. It was a ghost town all of yesterday. I went out and I did some good searching just to find one resident who decided to stick it out. He was a business owner and wanted to make sure his property stayed safe. He told me that he stayed through Hurricane Isabel and stayed through Hurricane Gloria. So he was staying through Hurricane Irene. I don't exactly agree with his logic because each storm is different, but I saw him this morning, so he's all right. And overall, I think the residents and vacationers of Ocean City did the right thing and evacuated.
Well, Jacob, thanks for your time this morning, and thank you for keeping us updated on Hurricane Irene. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we will continue to track Hurricane Irene throughout the morning. It's expected to be making landfall in the New York City area right now, and we'll